What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about 10 American products that are now being made in Canada. So, to me, this just seems very ironic because one of the biggest reasons for all of the Trump tariffs was to force companies and manufacturing to move here into the United States and to help our economy and all that stuff. But apparently, the exact opposite is happening here. And to be honest, I didn't know anything about this. I haven't heard anything about this. So today, I want to take a look. These are 10 American products that are now made in Canada. So let's see.
Let's take a look at 10 everyday American products that are now proudly made in Canada. Number 10, Coca-Cola cans.
Coke. I'm sorry. This is making me shout. I'm not meaning to scream, but Coca-Cola. That's like the most American company. And I don't get me wrong. I'm not upset at Canada. Like good for Canada for like getting whatever manufacturing deal you've worked out with Coca-Cola. And Coke is an American company, and it has decided, obviously, to move some of its manufacturing into Canada. I wonder why. Because like I said, the whole tariff policies are supposed to incentivize companies to make things here in the United States to avoid the tariff charges.
Most Coca-Cola cans sold in the northern U.S. are now being produced in Brampton, Ontario. That's right. Your all-American
Really?
soda is now proudly canned in Canada. Why the switch? 2 words, aluminum tariffs. After the U.S. imposed a 50% tariff on imported aluminum, domestic can production became way too expensive. At the same time, Canada offered a triple advantage.
This, oh boy, this is exactly, I think, what some people talked about a while ago when some people were like, I don't think Trump and a lot of people understand the downstream effects of tariffs. The tariffs are going to have ramifications that we don't even think about. And this, like, secondary effects, like, this is the perfect example. When we tariff aluminum and it becomes more expensive to bring aluminum into the United States, import it from other countries, then it becomes more expensive to manufacture aluminum products in the United States, and therefore Coke cans aren't even made in America anymore.
Zero aluminum tariffs, cheaper hydroelectric power, and better trade deals with Europe and Asia.
Oh, so they said Canada just has a overall better economic situation for aluminum and making cans. So it's funny because it doesn't even matter that Coke is an American company. Like there's no like loyalty there. That they literally just operate under what is the smartest market decision, the smartest economic financial decision. And so the second that the conditions are more favorable in Canada to manufacture things, companies are going to go to Canada. It's as simple as that.
It didn't take long for Coca-Cola to make the move. They restructured logistics, updated their Canadian plants, and redirected shipments across the border.
Wow.
Now hundreds of trucks roll out of Brampton every day, delivering Coke to stores in New York, Michigan, and Ohio.
Wow.
To most shoppers, nothing has changed. Same red and white can, same fizz, same flavor. But
like I think most Americans have no idea. Like no idea that this is happening.
behind the scenes, it's a completely different supply chain. Meanwhile, U.S. facilities have reduced shifts or closed altogether. Workers in places like Pittsburgh are seeing fewer orders and fewer hours. This isn't just about a soft drink. It's about how fast manufacturing can move when the economics make sense. Coca
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, it's funny because I think that the tariffs were supposed to get companies to move manufacturing to the United States, but that takes years. That takes so much time and effort. Like, that is such a that I think that's just a dumb idea. Like, a lot of corporations are probably just waiting for Trump for his term to end. And and then a lot of the tariff policies will probably go away if there's a different president. So why would companies, lift up their entire business and relocate all their plants and manufacturing and their offices? Why would you even do that? That's going to take years, and by the time you do that, Trump will be gone because this is the last time he can be president. This is his second term. He's the maximum is going to be fulfilled. So, yeah, it just seems like a lot of this stuff wasn't very thought through, which is really sad because it's like really important stuff.
Cola didn't abandon America. They just followed the math. And in 2025,
Yeah.
the numbers point north.
Yeah.
Number 9, Tesla's batteries.
Really? This, and it's funny because like Elon Musk goes out of his way all the time to be like, Tesla is an American company, like the only successful American car company in 100 years. And it's like, half your manufacturing is like in a different countries around the world, including Canada.
You probably imagine Tesla's cutting-edge batteries being built in Texas or Nevada.
Yeah.
That was true until 2025.
Wow.
Now, a massive number of Tesla's 4,680 battery cells are being made just outside Montreal, Quebec.
Wow.
Yes, Canada. Elon Musk made the shift quietly but strategically. Why? Because Quebec offers what the U.S. couldn't: cheaper hydroelectric energy, faster permit approvals, and generous government incentives.
That is so, and I'm pretty sure Elon Musk has been critical of Canada and a lot of stuff from random things I've seen on Twitter anyway. So it's funny at the end of the day, all these companies like talk a big game, like Coke, the most American company, and Tesla, the American car company, and the second that they can save money, they instantly have no loyalty to the United States.
The Canadian government committed over $1.2 billion to attract Tesla's battery operations.
Wow.
That's a big reason why battery production for the Cybertruck, Model Y, and Semi is now happening north of the border.
Wow.
It's not just about savings, it's about stability.
And, this is all bad for America's economy, but I gotta say, kudos to Canada, I guess. Like, I can't blame you guys. You guys are, seeing this opportunity, or Canada is just having these favorable conditions where you're just scooping up these American contracts, these American businesses and manufacturing, and bringing it into Canada and just making money off of us. So, I can't blame you for that.
In the U.S., Musk faced rising energy costs, union resistance, and slow mining permits. In Canada, things move fast. Now, thousands of high-performance battery cells roll off production lines in Quebec every day.
Wow.
They're shipped straight to Tesla's U.S. factories for final assembly. To most buyers, it still feels like a California innovation, but the power behind it, charged in Canada.
The battery in the Tesla car is one of the most important things that makes the electric car.
This shift marks a bigger trend. American tech isn't leaving entirely, but it's evolving. Tesla isn't abandoning its roots, it's securing its future. And that future, for now, includes a major detour through Quebec.
Yeah.
The battery that powers your next Tesla might be more Canadian than you think.
Wow.
Number 8, Heinz ketchup.
Ketchup? Heinz, Heinz ketchup? You got our ketchup. Somehow this strikes a personal chord within me. You know what? Take our Coke and our batteries, but the ketchup? I don't I don't even know why I'm really getting upset. Like I don't mind making ketchup, eating ketchup that was made in Canada. That's perfectly fine. That's great. It's really just the thought that we're implementing all these tariffs and the rationale behind it isn't even true. And that's the part where I'm like, geez, this is painful.
Nothing feels more American than Heinz ketchup on a burger or fries.
Yeah.
But in 2025, that classic red bottle likely came from Canada,
Wow.
specifically from the Heinz facility in Leamington, Ontario.
Oh, the bottle. It seems like a lot of American products are outsourcing like components to Canada now, um, which is very interesting as well, given the very strained relationship between Canada and the United States. But trade and will go on. Like I don't think that even matter. Like emotions and stuff don't play much in when you're talking about like faceless companies making billions of dollars in ketchup bottles. Like it doesn't really matter. Like Canada and the United States will just do business as the market does.
It's a comeback story few people saw coming. Back in 2014, Heinz shut down that Canadian plant. But by
Oh.
2020, it reopened,
Oh.
and now it's booming. Today, over 60% of Heinz ketchup and tomato sauces sold in the US and Canada are made right there in Leamington. Why the big
Whoa.
shift? Several reasons. And they have little to do with loyalty. California's tomato farms have been hit hard by droughts and rising water restrictions.
Mm.
Labor costs have soared, and U.S. aluminum tariffs have made domestic packaging much more expensive.
These freaking aluminum tariffs. These aluminum tariffs, I swear. And they're like sky high, especially against Canada. Or I think against everyone, there's a huge aluminum tariff. And yeah, it's like not becoming practical to use aluminum in the United States because I'm guessing the price of aluminum has gone way up because importers, people importing aluminum into the United States, have to pay this tariff to the government and they have to make up the money somehow. And they're raising the price of aluminum in the United States. It's how no one should be that shocked about this. Like to be honest, it's just it's just fascinating like seeing it actually spelled out in a real world situation. Like now our Coke cans and ketchup bottles aren't even made in America because aluminum's too expensive.
Meanwhile, Ontario offers stable weather, solid crop yields, and government subsidies for food production. That made Leamington the perfect place for Heinz to scale up. Now, ketchup served in American
Wow.
diners, school cafeterias, and even backyard BBQs is often bottled in Canada. The label still
Wow.
says Heinz. The flavor's still the same, but the
Wow.
story behind it has changed.
I did not
In
know
towns
that.
like Pittsburgh or Fremont, once proud of their ketchup heritage,
Ketch-
warehouses now sit empty.
Our ketchup heritage. Yeah, you know what? As funny as that sounds, this is a blow to the American ketchup heritage.
It's not a scandal, it's a supply chain decision.
Yeah.
Heinz didn't leave out of spite. They followed the tomatoes. And in 2025, the best tomatoes and the best deal are in Ontario. Number
Wow.
7, GM and EV frames. When you think of General Motors, you picture Detroit muscle and American engineering.
Yeah.
But in 2025, some of the most critical parts of GM's electric vehicles are being built in Quebec, Canada.
Oh my God. So this is a lot of stuff that's happening very recently. This is clearly a result of the tariffs. Like, because this is all happening in 2025. Like, all of this manufacturing is going to Canada and being therefore taken away from the United States and taking away jobs from the United States and unbelievable. And we did this to ourselves.
Specifically in a town called Bécancour, This once quiet industrial area has exploded into a high-tech EV hub. Why the move? Because GM needed a smarter, faster, and cheaper solution for its EV supply chain.
Yep,
And Canada delivered.
that's all it is.
Number 6, Campbell's Soup. Few things say
I literally eat this kind of soup every day. A lot of days. I eat soup like this. I'm eating Canadian soup. I didn't even know.
comfort food like a can of Campbell's soup, chicken noodle, tomato, cream of mushroom, American pantry staples for generations.
Campbell's chicken noodle soup. That might be more American than a can of Coke. And so what? I mean, obviously, you can tell this can is made of metal, probably aluminum. This aluminum in particular is having like huge effects that I didn't know about, to be honest. And I think a lot of Americans don't know about.
But in 2025, many of those red and white cans aren't coming from Connecticut or Georgia anymore. They're being made in Etobicoke, a busy industrial area just outside Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
What caused this quiet shift? A combination of rising costs and smarter logistics.
Yep.
US-based production faced challenges: higher wages, increased packaging costs, and new tariffs on Canadian steel. Ironically, making domestic production more expensive. Meanwhile, Campbell's Canadian facility offered something better: cheaper hydropower, stable labor conditions, and proximity to U.S. distribution hubs.
It's so. I'm hearing a lot about Canadian power as well in this video. Canadian electricity. I guess in Canada you have more affordable electricity as well. That's a whole other thing I didn't know about.
Number 5, Ford Super Duty. The Ford Super Duty has always been a symbol of American strength. Tough, reliable, built for hard work. But in 2025, it's not being built where you might expect. This iconic truck is now assembled at the Oakville Assembly Complex in Ontario, Canada.
The entire truck? The entire truck? The, the entire truck is made in Canada, like assembled. If you assemble the truck in Canada, that's a Canadian car. Like this, they shouldn't even call themselves an American car.
Why the shift? It comes down to cost, stability, and strategy. The U.S. reimposed heavy tariffs on steel and aluminum, driving up manufacturing expenses.
Yeah.
At the same time, labor unrest and union strikes disrupted U.S. production lines. Meanwhile, Canada offered Ford something different: cleaner energy, a stable workforce, and a $590 million
Wow.
incentive package to expand electric and truck production in Oakville.
I can't even. This really sucks for the United States, but we've done it to ourselves. Literally done it to ourselves. I don't even think a lot of people in the American government ever thought through that this would be a thing, that the tariffs would lose manufacturing deals in the United States, not gain them. And I can't blame Canada. In Canada, you guys are being very smart about this, and for some of these deals, it sounds like Canada is offering incentives and special agreements to entice American businesses to manufacture in Canada. I had heard a lot of businesses around the world don't want to do business in America right now. But there's a lot of American businesses that don't want to do business in America, or they want to outsource a lot of the manufacturing that is getting too expensive here because of our own policies and the effects on us. Unbelievable.
Number 4, Walmart's great value and equate.
Walmart. I keep saying every country, every corporation, oh, that's the most American company. How could they betray us? How could they? And Walmart again. This is literally the most American companies, just wanting zero to do with America when money is on the line, when the like all the decision making is just made on finances and money, like not, oh, we gotta support the American economy, we gotta make in America. So yeah, it's interesting because Canada right now seems to be very like unified with like, oh, buy Canadian, let's make this in Canada, owned and operated in Canada. But in the United States, like, it's just, this is showing me it's just like a farce here. There's no real loyalty. Like, it's just like whatever the corporations need to do to make more money or save money. Like, this is Campbell's soup, Heinz ketchup, like Tesla batteries, Coca-Cola cans, and Walmart are all abandoning the United States.
Walk into any Walmart in America, and you'll see shelves full of great value and equate products. From frozen peas to pain relievers, from dish soap to baby wipes, they're
Wow.
everywhere.
Yes,
And
they
for
are.
years, shoppers assumed one thing. If it's Walmart's brand, it must be made in the USA. But in 2025, that's no
Oh.
longer the case.
Oh, wow.
Behind the scenes, a quiet shift is underway. More and more of Walmart's private label products are now being made in Canada.
So this is the great value stuff. If you shop at Walmart, which I do from time to time, they got good deals. They have the great value brand. That's the Walmart brand. And Walmart is it's supposed to be a proud American owned company. Now the Walmart brand stuff is made in Canada. And now that I understand a lot more, excuse me, now that I understand a lot more about a lot of the issues with manufacturing in America, um, a lot of this makes total sense to me now. Why there's now like 10 American products made in Canada. I really didn't understand at first because the information that we have been given is not even true. Like, oh, tariffs will make companies move to America to have access to the American market. And it's like, or not, or not. That's not how it's working out at all in practical reality.
Number 3, aerospace components. When you
Oh,
think of American aerospace, you think of Boeing jets, NASA rockets, and military aircraft built in places like Washington or Alabama.
yeah.
But in 2025, a surprising number of critical aerospace components are now being made in Canada.
Okay, this is the first one where it's like, doesn't feel like a huge betrayal. I just want my aerospace components made high quality, wherever that may be. If it's in Canada, fantastic. That's fine. This is whatever. It's really the stuff like um, Walmart items and Campbell's soup and Heinz ketchup and Coca-Cola that really like strikes a chord in me where it's like, you guys all are like, for my whole life have been like the most proud American companies. And I don't know, I mean, I guess I shouldn't assume that you can be American, like I'm American. You can be American and not totally agree with everything that's going on and not totally agree with all of the government decision making that we have right now. So, that should extend to these companies as well. I should be a little more open-minded about that, probably. It just there's just something deep, like ingrained in me as an American when I see this news of like American stuff leaving the United States to be made in other parts of the world. There's just something like innate in me growing up here that's like, man, that feels like a betrayal or something.
Household appliances,
Oh,
blenders, toasters, coffee makers, everyday items we rarely think twice about.
yeah.
For decades, many of these small appliances were proudly made in America. But in 2025, that's changing fast. A
Wow.
growing number of household appliances are now being manufactured in Canada.
This is just the type of stuff that you assume is made in America when you go out and buy a lamp. So I really do think a lot of Americans have no idea that this is happening. I try to stay like on top of a lot of this stuff, probably more than a lot of other Americans do, and I had no idea about all this.
Number 1, auto parts. For decades, Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana were the backbone of America's auto parts industry.
I'm from Indiana. This affects me. Like actually, there's and yes, there's a lot of like Toyota and other manufacturing plants like around my state, and I am aware of how important this is, and so this this one actually like affects me personally.
From transmissions to drive shafts, these states built the machines that move the country. But in 2025, that balance has shifted. A significant share of U.S. auto parts are now being manufactured in Canada.
Well, apparently, like, because there was a lot of auto part tariff talk. Apparently, a lot of auto parts have been made in Canada and shipped to the U.S. for like a very long time now. So that has always happened, but now it sounds like a lot of our auto manufacturing plants in America, in Indiana, here, now in 2025, are being affected even more so.
The new epicenter? Ontario, specifically the industrial corridor stretching from Windsor to Toronto.
Wow.
Why the move? Because American suppliers have been hit hard by rising costs and new tariffs on steel and imported components. At the same time, Canada offered something the U.S. couldn't: access to cheaper raw materials, lower energy costs, and massive government support for automotive manufacturing.
Wow. 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 I mean, it's simple to understand. The economic conditions and access to raw materials, and especially the ones affected by our own tariffs, is it's just not smart. It's not profitable to make a lot of these things specifically in the United States. So, and Canada is right next to us. Canada has much more favorable conditions for manufacturing and actually like supporting these businesses and having employees and all the materials at a reasonable price. And Canada is actually like the United States is doing a lot of damage to Canada right now, but it's funny and ironic how Canada is seizing this opportunity to make a lot of money off of America with a lot of these manufacturing deals. I had no idea, no idea. So this video was very eye-opening, and I'm glad I took a look at this. And I don't know, it's bad news for America and good news for Canada. So there you go. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on all of these American products that are being outsourced and made in Canada now. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.